my name is Lisa, and my topic today is global dimming. We have been burning fossil fuels and polluting the environment since the Industrial Revolution. Air pollution has led to a new phenomenon called global dimming. My claim is that global dimming has a negative impact on the globe for three main reasons. First of all, it is disrupting the pattern of the world's rainfall. Second of all, it is changing the Earth's climate. And lastly, it has made us less aware of the dangerous effects of greenhouse gases. Now, first, I just want to explain what global dimming is really fast so everyone knows. There has been a gradual reduction in the amount of sunlight reaching the Earth's surface, and it's a result of particle pollution. The pollutants in the air, they've kind of blocked off the amount of sunlight that can pass through the atmosphere. And it also, more pollutants in the air has made so that we have more cloud cover. All right. And then scientists have found that there's about a 4% decrease in the amount of sun radiation. All right, now my first point is that global dimming is disrupting the pattern of the world's rainfall. There is less evaporation if there's less sunlight, so rain isn't reaching every part of the planet anymore. In 1984, there was a massive drought in Ethiopia because the seasonal monsoon never arrived. According to Dr. Leon Ropstam, there is a connection between the Sahel drought and global dimming. And then data collected from 162 weather stations in China between 1956 and 2005 show that there is a decrease in the amount of light rain everywhere in the country, and light rain is needed to sustain crops, because if the rain is too heavy, it kind of just leads to flooding and it isn't helpful for agriculture. And we need rainfall to sustain agriculture, and we also need it to provide clean drinking water. So it's very important that we have constant rainfall. All right. Now, my second point is that global dimming is changing the Earth's climate because it is making the Earth colder. Now, it's hard to test this, and there's been one occasion where it was very easy for scientists to come to this conclusion. Now, because of global dimming, there is more cloud cover. And cloud cover prevents the sunlight from reaching the Earth's surface and heating it up. But for the 3 days after 9/11, all air traffic was grounded and no planes were allowed to fly. And that's kind of the first time that's happened. There's never been a time when no airplanes were flying. And airplanes produce contrails. And those clouds kind of have always been there to stop the sunlight. And after 9/11, for 3 days, they were able to see the effects that it would have on temperature if they weren't there. And then there are 5,000 weather stations in the 48 states. And there's a variation of 1 degree Celsius in those 3 days, which in terms of weather is a really big difference. And then according to Dr. David Travis, who's a meteorologist, this was the largest temperature swing of this magnitude in the last 30 years. Okay, and my last point is that global dimming has made us less aware of the dangerous effects of greenhouse gases, because global dimming has a cooling effect on the globe, and global warming has a warming effect. So it's kind of been canceling it out. So scientists have underestimated how powerful carbon dioxide really is and how much it is affecting the environment. So in conclusion, global dimming has a negative effect on the globe because it is changing the pattern of the world's rainfall, it is changing Earth's climate, and has made us less aware of the dangerous effects of greenhouse gases.
All right, you identified the proposition very clearly. There's an excellent layout of what the secondary claims are going to be, so your signposting there is solid. Organizationally, I think you started off well. You signposted the first point. I didn't think the second and the third points were quite as distinct, but they, ultimately we know where they are, and I thought that you had a very good summary that helps keep everything structured. So organizationally, everything's fine. I think maybe the explanation about what global dimming is could be used as your attention device before you even get to the proposition, so it makes a little bit more sense as people are listening to the argument and the setup as to where you're going to go with this and what it all means. Once you did give that explanation, though, it was pretty straightforward. Some of the examples that you cite, for instance, the drought in Ethiopia, the 9/11 contrails, they seem kind of conclusionary, and I think that you need a little bit more information. It sounds sometimes like you are paraphrasing the researchers on this particular subject instead of directly quoting them, and that might help make the argument a little bit clearer. There's a little bit of statistical information. You had one point early on, I think even before you got to the body of the speech, that talked about a 4% decline. I'm not sure where that information came from. And then you had some data about China, and I think the source citation on that was a little incomplete. Other than that, I thought you did a pretty good job citing the sources. Your generalizations, I think, again, you need to talk a little bit more about some of the controversy on this. I thought you had very solid audience contact. It does seem a little confusing if global dimming is something that's bad, but it's counteracting something else that's bad and minimizing its effect, then why is it a negative? I'm not I kind of see the argument that you're making, but in the long run, it sounds like it's actually something that's beneficial. So that argument's going to have to be cleared up a little bit more. All right, thank you.